Yeah, man.
And he loves it when ladies mention his name.
Yeah, man, no.
Yeah, born no wajene. Bamba no boni dia. All right, Chris, good morning. How are you, my brother?
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, Dada. Everything I read, everything kinky, everything
nice
is everything.
Nice one.
Yourself?
Nice. I'm very well too. I'm very well. Have you ever taken some time to explore the internet? Do you explore the internet?
Yes, I do a lot.
I
do a lot.
I entreat you to do so. Explore the internet, and your course of exploring the internet, anytime you thinking about listening to radio online, don't hesitate to listen to Y97.9. We are online, we are global, we are like oxygen, we're everywhere like that. No barriers, no barriers at all. No borders at all. We global, we everywhere. Yes, just log on to www.yfmghana.com or www.yfmtakrade.caster.fm and you will never ever miss a thing on radio. Join us as we make online radio much more easier and enjoyable with Y97.9 online, yfmghana.com and yfmtakrade.caster.fm. Online radio just got better with us. The big Y97.9 megahertz. Frequency modulation FM, the official frequency for the young and the young at heart. We have the wings, we are the big Y. You know why? When Y decides to spread its tentacles, it covers everybody. Yes, come under the umbrella of the big Y. Let's advertise your business. Let's promote your services to the rest of the world. We are exactly who you need if you're looking out to reach out to people all across the country, every corner of the country. We are exactly who you need. No one remembers a business that failed to actually advertise. Boost your brand visibility to some of the most vibrant young minds here in the Western region and beyond. Advertise with us, YFM, the #1 English brand here in the Western region and beyond. Placing your ad here means you're going to have access to over 50,000 listeners and over 70,000 followers on social media. Yes, our highly discounted rates are very, very affordable yet highly impactful. Just call 0246 36 2022 or 0245 995 333. Call to speak to some beautiful ladies here at YFM. I'm talking about RC or Joycelyn. Speak to them. A package specially designed for your business awaits you. We will specially design a package that suits your business. Locate Y97.9 here in shop number 3 at the Takrady Mall or visit Y979 on all social media platforms. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. YFM, yen for more. Yeah, man, and we give you more. Christelle, what do you have for us?
I have so much, but of course, those ones that are very relevant, especially to our system now, is what we are going to talk about. Yes, and I'll begin from home. And on Monday, there was this announcement by the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission, PURC, for the upward adjustment of utility tariffs, water, and then electricity. And residents of Sekondi Takrade are lamenting over the increment in tariffs. Yes, so some residents of Sekondi Takrade have expressed concerns over the upward review of utility tariffs in Ghana. Now, according to them, the timing of the adjustments is worrying and will worsen the plight of local industries. So, like I said, on Monday, the announcement came from PURC. 27.15% increase in tariff for electricity and a 21.55% increase in water tariff. And the new tariffs, we are told, will take effect from September 1, 2022. And some residents are not happy about it, especially those who do business using more water and more electricity.
Like cocoa sellers, porridge sellers.
Exactly, they are not happy. Hairdressers, you understand? Definitely, they are also looking forward to increasing their
services.
Their services. Yes. So you go to the salon. Those who go for washing and all of that, they should be expecting to pay more from September. Yes.
And the story kept saying some residents. I'm yet to see the other some who are happy about it. I am not
Especially,
sure,
of course, we didn't talk to all of them,
all of
everyone.
them. Myself, I was out there to do some Vox Pop for TTV, and I spoke to residents here around Tanokrum, and outraged. They were outraged. Yes, they lamented. Some of them even lamented about the fact that they don't even have water running through their taps.
Yes.
But they have to pay water bill.
bills.
Now they're going to increase.
Yes.
And they'll pay more even though they don't have water running through their tap. Some complain the water runs through their tap once a month. Some say twice a month. Some say sometimes they'll go fully. Months they don't have water running through their taps, but they pay bills. Water bills come. And I remember I spoke to a woman who says she has no problem if they increase the tariffs, because she doesn't expect, of course, the tariffs should be standing at one place forever. So but her problem is once you increase, make the commodity available for them to have access to. That's her only challenge. So yes, Ghana Water Company, it's unfortunate you are increasing. I mean, the electricity company of Ghana and Ghana Water, it's unfortunate. It's the most used, should I say commodity is the most used.
Yes.
Utility, the most used here in Ghana. Almost everybody uses these two.
Yes.
And it's unfortunate they are increasing at this time when times are rough and tough for almost every Ghanaian. It's unfortunate. But like the woman said, rightly said, we don't expect the
tariffs to go down to have an downward adjustment.
No, we expect that. There should be times
where there will be downward adjustment.
Yes,
has it ever
like
happened?
No, it has never happened.
Yes.
But there should be, no, it has. There are times they cut down, and then shed off some. There are times they do that. But what I'm saying is, we don't expect it to be static. One day it will swing like that. No, but the timing is the problem.
Okay.
And the fact that people don't have the commodity to use is the problem. But once you make it available and once in a while you kick it up, the timing this time is wrong. Times are tough and rough. People are struggling to even feed. And for you to increase this particular, service, most important, very common, everybody uses it. It's very, very dangerous. Very, very, dangerous.
All right. My major task is to promote peace and massive infrastructure drive to Zongo communities. This is from the Western Region Youth Zongo Chief. So the newly elected youth chief of all Zongos in the Western Region, Rufai Tanko Nuhu, says his major task is to promote peace and massive infrastructure drive to the Zongo communities in the region. Now, he said the youth are focused and ready to serve, contrary to some assertions by a section of the people that they are violent. The youth leader said this is when he organized a cleanup exercise at Sekendi Zongo over the weekend. Now, Mr. Nuhu said, as a youth leader, the welfare of the people is his priority, and he will play his part to help the youth to be skillfully employed. He said the era where politicians come with t-shirts and handouts are over, and real development is what the people in the Zongos need. Mr. Nuhu said, we are doing this cleanup exercise to inspire all the Zongo communities in the metropolis to also engage in it. We want development from all politicians. We don't want t-shirts, bags of rice, and handout during elections. We want an Islamic senior high schools in the Western region, just like Greater Accra region and then the Asante region.
Chief Rufai Nuhu, right? Yes. You spoke well. I actually saw excerpts of videos, coming from the event.
Okay.
Sansiru spoke. Sansiru is also an outspoken, very, very straightforward youth here in the Western region. And he spoke at that particular function. And they said...
They organized a cleanup exercise.
Yes. The era of politicians taking advantage of the Zongo youth is over. And I was happy. They themselves are youth. And I was happy to hear them say that. The notion that Zongo people are violent, we are brave. Zongo people are brave people, very brave people.
Yes.
And it's an inheritance. We inherited that from our forefathers. But it's unfortunate politicians are capitalizing, they are using our bravery to their advantage. So anytime they need young people to go and exhibit bravery, even if it's foolish bravery, they look towards the Zongos and they get people to go and exhibit the bravery. They see death and they rush to death. They don't care, But for me to hear this coming from the youth, I'm very grateful. I'm very happy to hear that. God help you, Chief Rufai Nohu. God help you fulfill this particular beautiful dream. And Sansiro and Co. continue conscientizing the youth and let them understand that yes, violence is not our thing. We shouldn't be known for violence, and we should stand for our community and use our strength and bravery to build our community. Zongo should be better than they are now. Zongo for Pijumapa.
And he's also calling for Islamic schools in the Western region.
Yeah.
Lucia, we don't have one here.
You see, as for this calling, I think we should call on ourselves to build Islamic schools rather than looking towards the government.
Okay.
Zongos have money. We have money in the Zongos. We have cattle in abundance. Go to the bushes. Our money is in the bushes.
Times are hard now. Times are difficult.
Oh, yes. But what I'm saying is that progressively, we should be thinking about doing some of these things ourselves, owning them ourselves. Even if government builds it for you, you can't have total control over it. But if you build it yourself, you run it according to your teachings and beliefs and, your conditions. But if government builds it for you, of course, you have government interference. So yes, as for this calling, I think we should call on ourselves as Zongo people, even if it's contribution. Let's do that. Get our schools on our own. Some of the things we shouldn't be relying on government. We should build it on our own. But when government comes to want to use that for politics, then we remind him that we need this and need that. If government gives us one in addition to the ones we have, fair enough. But let's not fold our hands. Government has never that they don't do things for us. The successive governments have taken advantage of the Zongos for far too long. And it's about time we pull over and stop doing dirty politics with them and pay attention, develop our Zongos. Muno damu ya muyabimu. Yes, amuzota muno hadunkai. Oneness and unity is what we can use to actually do this. Yes, muyabimu mugara zongo nimu kamuzora muna aduban politicians suzo muna basu zuwa basu muna. Sundede kariyade suka ita muna mungaji muda kamu mutashi musai muyabimu muye muyi. We can do things on our own as Zongo people. Ye pejuma pa kozongo muna koshe.
Yeah. I stayed in the Zongo too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ye pejuma pa Zongo niba. The typical Zongo man does not wait for the government to give him job. Obe sorry nadre na honde ya ye bibia mano. You get it?
Yeah.
So why can't we use this strength and bravery to build our Zongos? Let's stop looking towards politicians.
All right, so let's stop looking toward politicians from the man, the lion himself. All right, so let's move on and talk about other things. Let's go to Samra Boy, also in the Western region. And Tano rainforest under threat from illegal miners. And this is from a group in the Samra Boy. Or in Samra Boy, I should say. Now, as part of measures by the government of Ghana to reduce the repercussions of climate change, as well as regain the country's forest reserves, which have been destroyed by the activities of illegal mining, popularly known as Galamsey, the government introduced the Green Ghana Day, where trees are planted yearly. Now, this year, more than 20 million trees were planted. However, continuous activity of illegal miners is threatening the growth of these trees in the Amenfi West district. Now, speaking at a press conference by the Timber and Woodworkers Union at Samraboy, the General Secretary of the union, Makofori Asante, has hinted that the increased activity of Galamsey in the area and has hinted at that and threatening the Green Ghana project. He lamented that if such activities are not checked in the forest reserve, especially at Samraboy, their livelihood will be at a risk. Yes. Wow. And then the Green Ghana project is under threat. Unfortunately, on the 4th of August 2022, another group of nation wreckers sent excavators and locally manufactured Galamsey washing plant gathered by heavily armed personnel in military uniform and brandishing arms and other offensive weapons illegally entered compartment 161 of the Tano rainforest. Unlike the previous invasion of 2021, about 20 acres of forest vegetation were destroyed, and it took the intervention of a combined military and forest task force to stop the illegal Chinese miners and their collaborators.
You see?
Yes.
The irony is that the very people who call for us to green Ghana have their agents in our forests devastating the forests. Chairman of political parties, people in government are those responsible for destroying our forest.
Yeah.
But you have the president come to call on all of us to green the country. Green Ghana, green Ghana. As we green, elements and agents of them are in the forest, devastating the forest. Why aren't we arresting and putting people before the court for doing this causing these distractions?
Well, and if you go to the Samra Boy area, their main occupation is about the trees. I mean, they do more in how do you call it, wood. They
Woodwork.
deal in woodwork. So that is where we have the Samatex Wood and Plywood Company Limited, and the youth there are being employed by the Samatex Wood and Plywood Company.
It's understandable because we those are resources given to us by God, and God gave us some amount of wisdom to be able to make use of them. So yes, if we are,
what I'm even trying to say here is that the same wood and trees that they feed on, and that is what is being destroyed. And I love that company because that company, they cut down tree, but they plant.
They replace.
Yes. But it's the same tree that they depend on. It's what the people are destroying. How are they going to
survive? Illegal.
Yes.
True illegal.
Yes. So how are they going to survive?
Lack of wisdom, the people would perish. You know. It is even. We are religious people. Protecting the forest is a religious duty.
Yes.
Protecting the plants is a religious duty. It's a religious duty to the Muslim. It's a religious duty for the Christians. We are all supposed to protect.
To the traditional.
Yes, the vegetation. To the traditional. The vegetation. It's our responsibility to protect it. You know, as religious as we are, we harm nature, we destroy nature, and then we go back to church and go back to the mosque.
Isn't that irony?
They're very ironic. Very ironic. You know, so I think we should collectively green Ghana, maintain and protect our vegetation, and the day the last tree dies, that day the last man dies too.
Yes, we can live without gold, but we cannot live without trees.
Yes. We can live without. Say that again.
We can live without gold, but we can never live without trees.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. A word to the wise.
It's in the north.
Next story, my brother.
Well, 2022 Kundum Festival celebration in Disco is being suspended over security reasons.
Wow.
Yes. So the 2022 Kundum Festival celebration in Disco has been suspended by the Western Regional Coordinating Council, WRCC. According to the WRCC, they had a meeting to resolve the impasse between the lower and upper Disco paramountcies and to consider the possible lifting of an existing ban imposed on the celebration of the Disco Kundum Festival in 2019 in order to pave way for the 2022 celebration. However, due to the inability of both factions to assure of a violent, free celebration of the Kundum Festival, the Regional Security Council decided to suspend the celebration.
Oh, they will suspend it. Suspension is one of their first intervention. When they want to intervene, curb a situation, suspension is the first. Recently, they suspended the Zongo, the turbaning of the Takrade Zongo chief.
Okay.
The matter is still before the council. They're still resolving it, and there's an embargo on it, and I get worried when our chieftaincy institution presents to us these unrest, these chaotic situations. It's a beautiful festival, Kundum Festival, and for an impasse to actually render it dormant like this, that this year people are not going to enjoy their Kundum Festival because and
since 2019
it's sad.
Since 2019
it kills the festival.
Yes,
it kills the festival.
I think last weekend and during last weekend, the Esikado area, they celebrated their Kundum. Yes.
Listen, what makes a festival is the momentum. The momentum. Once the momentum dies, the festival dies. It becomes a ceremonial festival. A time will come, you'll be celebrating it, but without momentum, so it becomes a ceremonial festival. And most of the festivals in the Western region are ceremonial. The one you talked about, the Isikado one, I bet you most people don't know, except the Isikado people. Most people don't know Kundum Festival was celebrated at Isikado. Most people don't know.
Yes, that's true.
Because the momentum is dead. And it's because of these petty misunderstandings. You get it?
Yep.
So let's stop killing the momentums of our festivals, build them up. This is who we are. We are our tradition and our culture.
All right, let's move on and talk about other national issues. And the city hit 10 Ghana cedis to $1. Now, Bank of Ghana measures may halt depreciation in short term.
May.
Okay. Now the Ghana city has hit the 10 Ghana mark as it's traded at 10.01 in the retail market on August 15, 2022. Now at the same time, the cedi went for 10 cedis to a euro. Now the cedi situation has become a major worry to businesses and household consumers as its continuous depreciation is expected to be halted by the recent measures announced by the Bank of Ghana and the expected 750 million syndicated loan. The syndicated loan is the cocoa loan. Now, the Bank of Ghana had introduced measures including working collaboratively with the mining firms, international oil companies, and their bankers to purchase all foreign exchange arising from the voluntary repatriation of export proceeds from mining and oil and gas companies. This, it believes, will strengthen the central bank's foreign exchange auctions and consequently the cedi. But this is, according to financial experts and financial analysts, say this one will just be for a short while and the cedi will begin to run again.
Yeah, we are good at short term,
interventions.
We are good at solving problems the short term way, But listen, if they don't stop politicians from doing the importation business and allow us to promote and actually force us to be purchasing made in Ghana goods, we will continue to be confronted with this particular problem. Most of the politicians are engaging in this importation business. They import the rice, the sugar, everything, earbuds, toothpicks. They are into that business.
And some also intentionally buy dollar and keep it. They have dollar accounts.
I hear they've banned that one, and they banned new dollar accounts.
But
they've left the old dollar accounts because they can't ban old one because they themselves have old ones. You ban old one, you have to ban yourself. But they put a ban on new dollar accounts as well. But this is also a short time, intervention for the problem. But we have to conscientize ourselves, patronize our own, build our own, than looking towards to buying everything foreign. And we can do that by stopping the importation. Too much importation. We import everything. We don't buy anything local. Let's patronize our own and then stop pricing in dollars. Now, buying a land is priced in dollars. Renting a room, an apartment is priced in dollars. Almost everything is priced there in dollars now. Rendering the city useless. But then again, we call our vice president, the economic wizard. We need you now more than ever. You told us you have the wonder stick to arrest the dollar. And
he actually arrested the dollar and gave the keys to the IGP.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
The IGP is still alive.
Yes, he is.
Where is the key? Why is the dollar, the city still running like that? Helter skelter, 10 cities. I'm told Dr. Mensa Otabil, a very good friend, prophesied that the city, the dollar will be bought 10 cities. And it is happening. Even though at the time he prophesied it will happen, it did not happen that time. It is happening now. We are calling on the vice president. Yes, he said he can do it. People trusted in him and gave him the mandate. he should come to the rescue of the city.
Unfortunately, they give us explanations.
No, we don't need explanations. Nobody voted for anybody to come and give explanations.
Okay.
Nobody.
People can give
No
explanations.
Ghanaian voted for explanations. No Ghanaian voted expecting explanations from anybody.
Fix the problem.
Yes, that was why Ghanaians voted. That was why I voted. I voted to have problems fixed, not to give me explanations. As for explanations, we can all explain. Can't we explain?
Yeah.
Can't we explain
We are
why
doing
the city?
explanations
Oh
here.
yes, yes. Even a JSS student can explain why the city is running that fast. Everybody can do the explanation. So don't give us explanations. We know the explanation already. Just fix the problem.
Especially around this time where we attribute our problems to Ukraine-Russia war and then COVID.
Even the Ukraine themselves, where they are fighting,
doing better.
They're doing better.
Yeah, they are doing better.
They're doing better. The last time I heard, they were comparing ourselves to Zimbabwe. When we say the city is the worst performing currency in Africa, people say, "Oh, have you checked Zimbabwe?" So you are proudly comparing yourself to Zimbabwe.
Yes. Yeah.
You are proudly comparing yourself to Zimbabwe now. God have mercy.
According to Bloomberg, I think the only currency that we are doing better is the Sri Lanka's rupee.
Where there was a revolution recently.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that. I hear it is now called a junk currency.
Yeah, junk.
A junk currency.
Yeah, it means that
no value.
There's no value in it.
There's no value.
Yeah.
No. It's a shame to the economic management team. It's a shame to the head of the economic management team. It's actually a shame to the vice president who promised to arrest the city, lock it up, and throw the key into the sea.
All right. Now, talking about importation, you mentioned importation as one of our major problems here. Why the cedi is going down. I mean, it's depreciating. Now, according to a research by Ghana National Association of Poultry Farmers, GNAPF, 98% of frozen chicken consumed here in Ghana is being imported. 98%.
Look at that.
Yes.
Look at that.
So more than 600,000 tons of frozen chicken were imported into the country last year. A research by the Ghana National Association of Poultry Farmers. Now, the data sourced from the European Union, EU, indicated that 569 million pieces of frozen chicken were imported into the country last year, translating into $600 million. The development has left the local poultry industry with 2% of the market share of chicken, which is controlled by import with 98%. Now, this came to light at a consultative meeting held between the Ghana International Trade Commission, GITC, and stakeholders in the poultry value chain in Accra last Wednesday. So, the president of GNAPF, Victor Opon Ajay, who made this known, said last year the country imported 227,909 tons of frozen chicken from the EU. We established the fact that the US and Brazil are the two leading exporters of chicken to Ghana, while the EU is the third. So if the EU, which is the third highest, exported over 227,000 tons to the country in 2021, then if US and Brazil exported the same figures, we did almost 700,000 tons, he said. Translating the figures into money, he said, assuming a unit of chicken was $1, it meant that at least $600 million was spent on chicken imports last year. It's a worrying situation. Around 1970, that way, Ghana was producing about 20% of the chicken consumed here in Ghana, and it was produced here in Ghana.
Even not too long ago, sometime 2000, 2001, Darko Farms was very popular. Was a very popular, and people even used it to rap. Yeah. I remember one of Blackstone's rap. Chicken direct from Darko, Darko Farm. But today, Afariwa Farms, they're all dead because of the importation business. So if you kill our own to build a next man's own, certainly the person's currency will have an upper hand over your currency. You get it? We don't patronize our very own. Locally, we don't do that.
All right. Let me end with this one. Government to evacuate 331 stranded Ghanaians in Dubai, UAE. Now, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration says it is working with authorities in the United Arab Emirates to evacuate some 331 Ghanaians stranded in Dubai and the United Arab Emirates. According to a press statement issued by the ministry, the stranded persons were misled by agents who promised them jobs in Dubai and the UAE. The agents have, however, abandoned these persons, making them easy target for arrest and detention by law enforcement agencies in the UAE.
You see, this is a very serious problem.
Very serious.
The agents are all over and they deceive people into these travels.
Yes.
My worry is when they rescue these people, bring them back home, the agents are never apprehended. So they continue perpetrating this act. They continue actually doing this business and getting people into trouble. Who are these agents? Why aren't we arresting agents? We have enough of them returning from Qatar and Saudi Arabia. They come to give us very chilly story of how their life were near-death situations. But we don't track the agents and arrest the agents. The agents are still walking around perpetrating the act.
They have offices here.
Offices here. They have offices. And they lure people, they deceive people into these travels, get them into trouble when they get it. Sometimes they even initiate the arrest process. Get the people arrested so they can have their peace of mind here to do more of this business. Who are these agents? We should be arresting agents.
Sure.
We should be arresting agents. Yes, the ministry is doing it well by trying to secure, safety,
to evacuate them,
bring them back home. Fair enough. That's a beautiful approach.
Yeah.
But when they bring them back,
you should look for these agents.
Yes, they should let them lead them
to these agents
into investigations. Yes,
okay.
So they arrest the agents. We can't continue to have this business running in this country.
All right. So by way of news, this is what we have for you.
Thank you very much
this morning. God willing, tomorrow we'll be here between 12 and 2 with some more news from the entertainment direction. Reggae dancehall news.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Phone lines are live now, but let me focus on wow. All right. I'll do my editorial after. Hello, who's on my wire?
Good morning, Haruna.
Good morning, my very good brethren.
Your brother, Mohammed Peter.
Mohammed Peter.
First of all, we wish out the soul of Nyanglana and that of Down Muhammad Hamidu.
Okay.
They are so rest in peace.
Amen.
Haruna, small time, these people will start to call you small boys because that is their nature. If you tell them the right thing, they will call you are a small boy. Asafumafu did the same to Okujetu Abrakwa, and recently they are calling the PS a small boy. So you have to take your time to advise them. Thank you.
All right, my brother. All right. But I want to, let me talk to my next caller. I want to look at these agents and these illegal travels that get our people into trouble when they travel. People being lured by agents to travel, to go for greener pastures in other people in foreign lands, and when they get there, they get stranded and get into trouble with their laws. Some get imprisoned. I want to look into that issue proper. But before that, my next caller online, who's on my wire?
Yeah, Haruna, good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
How are you doing?
I'm very well, sir. Your name or where are you calling me from, my brother?
Yeah, this is Mr. Kazi, Haruna.
Mr. Kazi, it's been a while. How are you? You good?
I'm good.
Nice one.
Good.
I'm grateful to hear from you, my brother.
Haruna, this thing about you traveling out of this country seeking for greener pastures elsewhere. Ghana, see, I was very fortunate to speak with one or two youth yesterday, and trust me, Ghana, I tell Papa, the youth are crying, and trust me, say youth now come the one they do anything, you know what happens. Yeah, and Aruna, the Madi, who say if you more or run about now, I or not. The Sana branch of Coquisimin to Mokakana, may power STM future. I want to go from what they are a station. And it's very, very bad. Of course, the traffic will open. So New market, a jeep runabout, a jeep one, exit bi na ɔwɔ Kwesikinti road on.
Osani free mall hoye kona.
Yes.
Market entrance on or the wire trotro station on.
And the wire you turn this so kakra and it's very hard for cars to pass that place. It may sound STM4. This year you would your route no. Since what you be found, we are happy.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Kazi. He's a road user. And he's glad something has been done about our roads. Yes, it's true. When you run through the Sekendi, at Dembra Road, you see trees being cut down. Road expansion works going on. Even the Fiankwanta Regional Hospital is under reconstruction. Yes, people should be happy about that. Hello, my next caller online. Who's on my wire? Good morning, sir.
This is Peter at the delivery.
Oh, Peter. How are you, my brother?
I'm fine.
Very good brethren, Peter.
I hope all is well.
Hard-working Peter. I'm fine. You and you?
Okay,
nice one. Today they have gotten me. Last week you called me after the program complaining bitterly.
This is the fifth time I've called you.
Today,
this morning. This is the fifth time, Charlie.
Wow. The lines are jammed, though. All right, talk to me.
Yes.
I'm happy you got through.
You see, talking about the road, it's happy that they are doing new roads. But my concern is how long will those roads that they are constructing last? You see, Movenden, Anaje, Queen of Peace, police station or you ask for a while. But Haruna Kokoshe, need to bad, someone kind of bad. Or a road but need to. If you were at the for St. Peter's one rough, but on a road you see, like it raises concern there. A corner warrior, like a better obedient down and Sana was said. Because why the say 9, they won't bother again. At least to whom you know contract, won't put in aside and give the contract to a better person to do it.
I think these are the Sino hydro routes. A overhead no project no. Until we share a road na a Vodafone road no say they are copying power grant and no Chinese for ya na. Even though yes, we have a problem with Chinese products, say papa, but usually someone be papa say more the money local contractors.
Yes, and on American fine saying you can contract, I have no problem.
No problem.
I don't know. You take things for granted.
But that's the problem. Say they are more foreigner there, we need problem. But the Ghanaian there, you have a problem.
But I don't know. Ghanaians are not doing it well because what the American Ghana contractor lawyer and deal 5 years. What not I started say. How now? I started say a program. I took my old one old one that's all new one I say.
Sana a TTU road here adequate if you come a new site road here no so sir endi one year
local contractor if I don't know like one from a foreigner no year better and would be my local I'm sorry I'm say I'm for the animal local I'm from my local.
But I say thank you very much my brother. That's Peter. He's also a road user. He uses the road. That's the road is his office, and that's his concern, Let me hear from you. You have the right to an opinion, you have the right to a view, and I'm here to pick them. My editorial has to do with the traveling, young people. My next caller, hello, sir, Mawaya.
Mr. Aruna Papankida.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Sir.
You were to move from America. Penny, where's my pennies?
Your name, where you calling me from? We didn't even have a
Talent is equal.
Okay, talent. Talent. If you come,
Yeah.
oh, the capital of Takrade. If you come,
Why I
the
say?
capital of Takrade. Why I say?
Why I say?
Talk to me, Minia.
Nyawa, mpanyinfo de bebia edi wɔn akyi a bebia ɛbɛka asɛm bi a na wankasa ekyir nu ho dɛ kɛ gbogbo wa na ahyaro dɛ sisi a ayɛ dɛ ahoba na wɔtew dɛ ɛka yɛ asesɛm kyɛ wɔn a wɔnti dɛ anas dɛ ahyɛ wɔn ahoba nsa na wɔn dɛ afei ma ɔle kan yi ɔlumagya yi ɛyinfo dɛm ango ehyiem kwani ebi wɔyɛ taxi saru na do road na ayɛ no ɛkɔ mpo ɔyɛ asefo na wɔn company na wɔle yɛ na wɔle wɔn a wɔde wɔn machines wɔde yɛ adwuma na aka kyɛ wɔn wɔn face kan ma wɔn asana na wɔn na mo dwom wɔn nkyɛn then nankasa ne ɔde ne personal money ɔde le yɛ road na ɛbɛka kyɛ no on face kan ma wo
say bia wonyane to the standard of the roads authority
Mr. Aruna mo ba won companies wo ba ya no obanye ne asun anwon aban ayi na wode mo won
okay
because anwon wonye skendi
nti yamma kwan ma ankrankra ne eyi nso nye kwan so mo
Mr. Aruna ni pon wonye ni ska obetima ye ko Nigeria obi eskafo woye no wode won dintoro
no kre no ye no kre pa no
kre eskafo woye so come the nimpona no wenye niska asumli ya ma onim dead adwuma na oye no isa obakaw because tax sekano akwana ya owoso obako by the time obodo wana
na tax na pipe
wa say
support farm crowd wona kusia no mo transport ya ombedu na kusia ni na pipe
ni na pipe no ordinary ska ordinary ye as dabi on first can from bla one sana meanwhile so one way the kind of first one Eddie and ye jumano
that's it. Talent. Thank you very much, talent. Talent is no I didn't share no or say talent says if someone has his money, a company or a private entity has the money and wants to actually fix the road in front or the road leading to its firm, they should be allowed. Now a private entity or a private person is not allowed to construct a road. The roads authority will demand they will make the money available to them, so they do the construction. But talent says no, that shouldn't be the way to go. My next caller online, who's on my wire?
Hello.
Yes, sir. Good morning, my brother.
A very good day to you, Mr. Haruna and Mr. Kistero.
Good morning to you too, sir. Your name and where you calling us from?
Yeah, it's Nature.
Nature works.
That's right.
Whoa. Nature, there's so much power in your voice. Do you know that?
Really?
Yeah, there's so much power in the voice. Talk to me, Nature.
Sorry.
I must give you 24 gunshot salute for your loyalty. We appreciate your loyalty, sir.
Boom.
Blessed, me brother.
Sorry.
Yeah, talk to me.
Come on, you could see.
Sir. Yenja kaprekon.
You find say me your own. Na sha me ya bibi enye. Akati minjai. Minjai. What yam sa? Minye. Then away. So ka tam hu.
Yeah, bi men ka sam.
Because when say yeah, ma ko pim. The ko pim ma meta ide afa o jai.
No.
Inti no, e do level bi abenfo yi. Ya ka ma asem a but so far as when what is coming or what is going on, you just have to live your natural life and move forward because the urban a different level.
Wow.
So and then you want
the urban so my friend na menu aka ho sem kukwem me o sem nya wontie why me da say thank you very much. Nature works. My next caller. Good morning, sir. Hello?
It's me, Echo.
Okay, let me hear you, sir.
I'm talking about the road of this area, Trabant.
In Trabant,
yeah.
Hello, what's in Chaban Kwana?
And Chaban Pantero, one of my guys says that there is manufactured tax company in. Yeah, is where I stay.
Okay.
But my problem is that we should go back to our 1992 constitution and take some laws in there, because that highway law, there is no private man can, fix the road or do something about the road. It's a gem. We should go back and change it. When the time the illegal they want to pass it and we are saying that we don't want, they force us to do it. Why that they are also do mistakes in the future? Then we should go and do corrections. Because we have private men who have money to do that thing to help us. But if we are also, why? My drivers always road issue there. I talk against it because they are not doing fair to us.
Okay, you too. All right, Madam. Thank you so much. Can I pick one more call? I think I have to pull over. 20 minutes after 9. I need to do some more music and pack up and run. Nature Works, Nature Works, I don't want to disclose Nature Works' identity. Wow. Anthony, I saw your call coming through, but I couldn't pick because our next one was online, but you kept on calling Anthony. Yes, Tony, if you're listening to me, you have to be my last caller. I need to pick you. It's been a while I heard from you. But I saw you trying, but the man online when you were trying stayed long online, so you couldn't come through. So, Anthony, I'm waiting for you to be my last caller before I wrap up because of your consistent or persistent calls. So, Anthony, I'm waiting for you. Be my last caller before I wrap up. And then I will deal with the, travel issue and the agent issue and pack up and go. Listen. Like Talent said, is it Talent? One of the callers said yes. No, it's Mr. Kazi. The youth of today, almost everyone has an agenda, wants to travel. I have Anthony online. Anthony.
Hello, Aruna.
Anthony, sorry about that. Sorry. I needed to block everybody and pick you because I saw you trying to come.
Big man.
Yeah. Talk to me.
Where are you?
I'm fine, sir. And you?
I'm fine, bro. If you tell about these traveling agencies,
okay.
Most of them, they are backed by the big men, the politicians.
The travel agencies?
The agencies. They are backed by the politicians. Most of them.
What is your proof? What is your proof? On what basis do you say that?
Oh, Aruna. Aruna. I will not say something that I don't know.
Okay.
I've had instances where friends told me that this honorable told them that there's a connection here. Nothing happened.
But their monies are gone. But their monies are gone.
They just took their money. And what are you going to tell? That's why nothing happens. This is not the first thing that's happened. And I'm sure you are aware. This is not the first time.
Oh, yeah.
And these people, when I heard the story, I was even happy because some of them, when they get there, they are harvested for their organs. They are harvested for their organs, their kidneys, their livers. So you see that most of the time you hear that, oh, my brother traveling to Dubai and haven't heard of something again. And they will be cooking up a whole lot of stories. Things are not going well for them, and this. It's very sad.
They harvest their organs too when they get there.
Oh, I mean, you know that. You can check. You can do your research.
Yeah.
It's through these same agencies. They promise the youth work, and it's a whole different ballgame altogether.
When you get there.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I had one big man telling me that I should never try to buy this car. I should never try. Though the economy is sad, but I should never try. I should never even dream of it. And he told me a whole lot of things. He told me a whole lot of things, Aruna.
Wow. All right.
So this thing is very serious. Aruna, it's very serious. That's why nothing happens to these people. These people on the radio station, the television station. They try, they make a phone call and someone call back and everything is squashed. You not hear anything about it again. That will be the end of it.
They are protected. The agencies are protected
by
big men.
I don't know, you can't do this thing, which is very bad,
they get away with it, and they will be doing it again. How like are you sure that these people that were sent to Dubai, they don't know the agents, they know them. They go, they get stranded, they bring them back. These same agents recruit new people and they send them to Dubai. It's not the first time, it's not the second time. How can somebody fraud me, give me money, then later I not get the president of the money then? That person working scot free and be doing it again.
All right. Thank you very much, Anthony. Thank you very much for your submission. I appreciate your time. I can't pick any more calls. Forgive me. I wanted to pick Anthony's. I see your calls coming through, but let's push it to next week. I can't pick any more calls. Forgive me. But you see, yes, when times are tough in a country, people become desperate, and desperation is the cause of all of these things. And some are smart enough to take advantage of the desperations of people. So when times are tough and people are desperate, and you tell them anything that seem to be able to make them rich, they buy into it. So you wonder how a young man can raise an amount of 10,000 Ghana cedis and won't be able to do business with it, won't be able to set up himself with it. Yes, because the system will not support it. The system will squash the money. The capital will go down the drain because of the system. So yes, he manages to raise 10,000 Ghana cedis and he takes it to an agent to help him leave the country. And if you hear the stories, I am going to put together a production next week. I will speak to people in Qatar. I will speak to Ghanaians in Arabia. I will speak to Ghanaians in Lebanon. I will speak to Ghanaians in Dubai. And you hear stories, my people. I'll put that together because I have quite a number of them online telling me what they go through there. See, they sometimes send me pictures and short videos. And Anthony is even telling me that some of them go there and they are arrested and their organs are harvested for sale. And the agents are working scot-free here in Ghana. Some of them are lucky enough to come back home. They know the agents, they see the agents walking around free. They report the case and nothing happens to them. Nothing happens to them. Some of the agencies are genuine. They do genuine work. They help people go and study, travel to go make, a living. Some are genuine. But some of them are only taking advantage of the desperation of the people. They have no connections. They have no links to anything. They just have links to get you into the country illegally and leave you stranded. And once you are arrested, you can't come home and demand for accountability. By the time you release your return, the time is gone. They already, we will look into that, work around it, and make sure this particular trend is checked. Music back-to-back. Segment done. Between now and 10 o'clock, you have the opportunity to hear music back-to-back. Let me take you into Ivory Coast and play you a beautiful song from Alpha Blondy. You hear Blondy speaking Twi, singing in Twi. Alpha Blondy.